Well, I'm Chuck Burley, and I designed this room, and I was taken around to see a number of artists in Cold Spring, and these three women were the people that I felt like I had a real affinity with. And this is Janica Pirna, who did the drawings on the wall, and this is Kaya, and I'm going to let you say your last name because
Korpiakko.
And Kaya did the wax paper ceiling cylinders. And this is Ada Cruz, who did the figures that are standing on the console. And I met them all at their studio, and we started talking. When I was in Kaya's studio, I saw these paper cylinders that were about this big sitting on the windowsill. And I said, could you make these, but this big and hanging from the ceiling, and that I could put lights in? And she said, well, I've never done that before, but
that's big.
Yeah, that's big. But I'll give it a try.
And then when Chuck and me were talking about it, he actually saw a so-called accident which had happened where the graphite powder had gone making some stripes into the shape, and Chuck said, I like that, let's make more of those stripes, and that's how it evolved into the final shape.
I liked the lines because it sort of made them almost look like birch bark.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it helped them read and sort of separate from each other, where you could see the different, as a composition, it would just sort of read better when you could see the linear lines on the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm showing a lot of birch bark, and then the tree of the bed, and then the kind of weather and movement of the wall.
I've never worked with an interior designer at any level, but to work with somebody who has a vision beyond what I had imagined where my work could go. He came to visit my studio, and I was showing him drawings, which were the maximum size, maybe 40 inches square works, and smaller ones, some really tiny and some in between size. And he kept looking and said, show me more, I want to see where does it go. So we were looking quite a lot of drawings and said, I can see the whole wall. It can be just perhaps even a hangel, works all over the wall. And then that's where we got into the idea that, perhaps just draw straight onto the wall, because it seemed a little difficult to start assembling smaller drawings into a big one. And I had never done anything of that scale. I've done much smaller scale, maybe 1/8 of it in one wall, but really to work in the space where the walls connect and then make all the walls to connect visually, this I'd never done before. I was like, that's really promising, it's really interesting and intriguing, and it's not just I'm just doing something for a project, for a wall. It really, I think, has helped me to take a next step as an artist, which I'm surprised about.
Well, and I was impressed too, because when I first saw it, it's like, sure, I'd love to be involved in this show house. And then I went around and met these artists who I had this incredible, and relationship might be the wrong word, but this incredible connection where we just hit it off and could bounce ideas. And I had, none of these people I met before this whole process. And that was and still has been one of the most rewarding parts of doing the show house. The bed is by Jessica Wickham, who does wood furniture. She has a studio in Beacon, and she only uses sort of responsibly harvested or sustainably harvested wood from this area. The other furniture, my husband is the manager of an antiques company in the city called Malmaison, and most of the other pieces are sort of mid-century French pieces from the collection of Malmaison. The rug is pretty spectacular. So it's all silk. It's made in Tibet. It's by a man named Joe Carini, who has a rug company in the city called Carini Lang. All of his rugs are made responsibly in Tibet. I kind of had to twist his arm, and he was like, okay, all right. And he loaned it for the show house.